Hi guys, how's it going? Just getting the stream up. So hope everyone's well. Whoops. Tuesday afternoon. So I'm going to be working on this different track today, a new track. So it's kind of a bit more of a tech housey kind of vibe. I don't really know how this happened, but yeah, I've got live bass. So it's still got some disco kind of elements to it. It's got some live bass that I did with Chris. Just on this track. It's got a sample from just a track I heard on Spotify, I think, which I liked. So I basically took a sample of that. And I kind of built it around that, and then pretty much largely took the sample out, apart from some little vocal stabs. Let's just take these tracks down. So I've been going quite hard on the new features of Logic and trying to just work out my my best kind of so yeah, just trying to speed up my work flow a little bit using some untagged loops to basically trying to turn Logic into Ableton, having made a great Ableton project with all my loops in it. Now I obviously have worked out that you can actually, by using untagged loops, you can do the same thing in Logic, have the ability to live audition sounds in time with your track, which is obviously amazing. So so I've been doing a little bit of that today. I've been feeling particularly inspired today, so I kind of just been doing a little bit of housekeeping, I suppose you'd say. But I'm going to do some work on this. So let me give you a blast of the track that we're going to be working on, and let me just make sure that all the sound's working okay. Hi guys, how's it going? I suppose you'd say. But I'm going to do some work. So everything's fine. So I'll play the track. So yeah, basically it's very basic at the moment. It needs lots of bells and whistles adding and arrangement tools and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and add some. I'm going to add some generative percussion using Logic's drummer track. I'm also going to add in some percussion that I have recorded myself with percussionists. I'm going to try adding some effects, try adding in some of the loops that I've been making today from some of my other tracks and reusing those. So yeah, let me give you a blast of the track and then we'll start getting cracking. Okay, so let me just get it on my big speakers. So just intro, bassline drops. There's too much coming in there. Okay, so you get the vibe. What's that? That's not supposed to be there. Can hide that. What's this? Nothing. Okay. Yeah, so all the builds are just like placeholders essentially. So it's just got a build there, but actually it's not really building, it's just repeating. So I've kind of mapped out the arrangement without actually adding in the stuff that I need to add in for the arrangement. I wonder if I can just take that off because it's a bit distracting. Cool. So let's get cracking. So the first thing I want to look at is the kick drum, because there isn't enough character to it. It's too it's too just coming out of a synth sounding. I like the I like elements of it, but yeah, it just needs some more layers to it. So what I'm going to do is just duplicate that, and let's have a look at, in fact, let's take that off cycle and do this properly and get the whole track mirrored with the kick drum. So I'm now going to reset this patch. Let's record default. I'm going to take off the sub and let's just build it up simply. So I've got lots of kick drums that I've extracted from loops that I like, what I call them character kick drums. So these kind of things, and they have a nice kind of inherent loudness and fatness to them, mid-range, big fat mid-range basically. So if I open one of them in kick 2, I can now just go through the list and I'm looking for ones that are going to work. And actually, do you know what, just thinking about it, there's going to be a better way to do this. So apologies, but let me just retrace my steps. There's no planning that goes into this, so these kind of things will happen. Okay, so I have the sub portion from the actual kick, like the sub kick, let's call it, now loaded because I duplicated this track, right? So where the kick drum is that I'm using has now been duplicated, so I've got it on the track below, and there's a reason why I'm going to do that. If I come down to the track below, that was the one that was open anyway. I'm still going to mute the sub, but now I can see what the sub's doing, and that's going to help me make sure that my sample that I've got is going to be in phase. So let me just retrace my steps, go back to where I was. Okay, so I'll put the pitch back to where it was. I want to make sure that the click envelope is going to be full, and let's see what this is going to sound like. I'll take off the overdrive for now. So it's already better. Now I want to be able to see the sub on here, so you can see that this is kind of out of phase a little bit. So we can try flipping the phase. I can try going in here and just changing the start point, which I actually do up here. Let's put the sub back on. I don't know why I turned that off. I didn't really mean to do that. There you go. So see, we're quite nicely in phase now. And we've got that little bit of a click at the end of the kick. So what I'm going to do is just zoom out. I was wondering why I couldn't see what I was hoping to see, because I was too far zoomed in. So I actually want to keep some of that kind of noise and dirt at the end. Hear that little start of something new at the end of that. So let's take that kick off. Yeah. If only all examples could be as good as that. Let me just try high passing that a bit. Because they're in phase, I actually don't need to do that. But if I wanted more of a clean low end, I could high pass it if I wanted to. Now something else I like to do is use my this is from a sample pack called Dirt and Layers, which gives me like weird little, like, could be room reverbs, nasty, noisy sounds, sounds like that. That one I'm going to high pass. And again, it's more character to be added. Just a bit of nasty kind of noisy kind of sounds. And even I could, if I wanted to, try a third layer, which is going to be more of a let me go in here, drum layering tools, vinyl and tape, they call them tape halos. So it's like those kind of things, little like the sounds of like tape machines. So rather than using a hi-hat, could use one of these kind of sounds to just add a little bit of sizzle. Okay, now I should really be doing this in the track. It would make more sense, but it's sometimes good to be able to like really listen and hear what you're doing. So let's try this as the track plays. So I feel like there's actually too much tail on that sample. Okay. Okay, let's place these sounds on their own bus. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to call this kick. And I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to say create track, which is going to be placed just after the other two kicks. Okay, and let's name these low kick and then character kick. Okay, and this means that when I come to bounce stems and stuff like that, I've actually got a way of bouncing in the kick sum of both of them together essentially. And let's have a little go at processing these kicks. Okay, so we'll go Percussive 3. I'm just going to do a little roll off. Now the kick is tuned to kind of rests at 49 hertz. So 50 hertz. So there's going to be a subharmonic about 25. So if you cut into above 25, you're going to be starting to take away some of the really low kind of beef of the kick drum. So I don't usually cut up into the above 25 if the kick's tuned to that range, which is a good area for a kick to be tuned. Now often you'll find a little pocket somewhere down here of like a muddled group of frequencies that don't really add anything, and they kind of act as they're like at the pivot point between the lows and the highs. They kind of a muddy kind of range. We could try just like there. And you'll find it will clear things up a little bit in the kick drum. And then often there's a little attack portion to be found anywhere from 800 to about 2K, which can be nice for like getting a bit of punch to the kick. And we can also do a little high cut as well. Should be doing this in the track, but it's good to show what's going on. So almost it just feels a bit more together with the EQ on. It's just a bit more muddled sounding like that. Okay, let's try that on the track. Okay, I'm going to try high passing this a bit more. Add a bit more drive. Okay, let's grab decimorts, which I use on my kicks. That's weird. Okay, I don't know why that's not working. I've got that on Splice as a hire to like a rent, whatever they call it. I really don't know why that's not working, but I'll have to fix that another time. So I'll use Saturn 2 instead. Let's try that. Let me just put in some bands here. Even just putting on Saturn 2, if I was to turn down the actual drive settings, that is the sound of phase distortion, essentially, because we're just adding in bands. We're not in linear phase mode, and I've not got any drive on. So literally that is just the phase distortion by introducing the bands. Sounds great. Okay, so let's just do a little bit of work with this. Just trying to get some more, just mess around and try and make the kick sound a bit fatter. So my thought process with this is, okay, so there's the two ranges of the kick that I want to shine. I want the kick to, you know, to have lots of frequencies, pretty much covers the whole frequency range. The two areas that I want to be really, really nicely represented, which is the sub and the kind of thud of the like 100 hertz kind of area. Just spilled tea down my front, nice. And then this kind of muddy range that we cut a little bit. I don't really need too much from that, and that's why I've done a bit of expanding the dynamic range, or kind of gating. This is kind of like a D. What's the opposite of dense? It kind of loosens up the range you place it on. So by having it, you can see what it does here. Hopefully this works. You can see like compression, and then kind of it's like a transient designer taking away the sustain, essentially. So it means that this range is going to be less represented. Now I've got a bit of a parallel compression, saturation on the tops, and then here I'm not doing anything, and I've done that in parallel, and I've tried to match the volume. Maybe a little bit too punchy. So again, take it off. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, so I'm going to bring up Ableton. I haven't finished my long process of getting all my loops into Logic, so I want to get some more character loops in there. I don't know if I need to do this, but I'm going to try and just add in some more kind of little breaks and stuff like that, just to see if it fills things out a little bit. And I just love these sounds that I've kind of added in here. So let's give it a go. Where's Ableton gone? Oh, it's just loading. There we go. My tea's gone cold now. Say hi to Rob, who's tuning in. Hope you're good. Okay. So still a bit knocky, that kick. Okay, so let's get an Ableton channel up. Go on here already. I'm not finding too much that's working here. Hello, mister. Hello. We've got a little visitor. Yeah. tractor, yeah. There's a tractor. Yeah. Bye bye. See you in a bit. Uh-huh. Okay. Hey, mister. Hey, mister. Yeah, what can you see? Do you want to go? How about mummy gives you this? Do you want to take this down? Do you want to take this down?
I'll play with cars. Come on.
Come on.
All about the live, yeah?
Yes, indeed. Here we go. Do you want to take that down, Podge? Oh no! Do you want to say hello to everyone? Do you want to say wave to the camera? Archie, wave to the camera. Wave, that's it, wave, wave. Do you like the drums? Yeah? Do you like Daddy's track? You want this? You want this? Mummy can take you downstairs to help you draw with this. Yeah. Come on, let's go and draw. Again, Mummy's going to take you to go and draw. Oh. There we go. Bye. Put your belly away. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so let's get this loop up again. Okay, so I'm not trying to. I don't want this loop for the whole loop. I'm just more looking for extra sounds, and I don't want to overlay things because it can cause problems if you overlay stuff. But I do find having a break in there helps fill things out a little bit. So let's see how we get on with this one. Let's just try this. Whoops. Something feels like it's going out of time now. Definitely feels like it's going out of time. Okay, let's just try we've got this loop in here. I'm going to configure my global tracks Configure global tracks. I don't mean that, do I? I mean track header. And now I'm going to put on the groove track. This now means that whatever I choose as the groove track, which is going to be this guy here, I can choose whatever I want to lock into that groove. So this break should now lock into that drum loop. Yep, so now it's no longer out of time. Pretty cool. Okay. So I'm not convinced I need this, but let's just try a little. I'm just going to change this. I keep on doing this. I want to start using more low shells. Maybe I just need the, what I could do is this, which I'm trying to get into doing a lot more. I could use cable guides or LFO tool. I'm kind of enjoying using cable guides now because I have a problem with LFO tool that it won't, the time things out, for some reason, out of time. And I find cable guides a bit easier to use with the, it's a bit easier to work out the, using the waveform. I can see a bit more what I'm doing. So I'm basically trying to chop out the hats and leave the kicks and the snares in there without having to do it with audio. Oops, did that work? I'm still kind of getting my head around this a little bit. Oh no! There we go. No, not that far. Yeah, so it's just a quick way of having been able to essentially, let's just create a new region, chop out the hats without having to, do any editing essentially. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep that. Just adds a little bit of character, I think. Now next up I'm going to, have I added anything in here? Can't see any. I've got a vinyl noise here that I've used for another track. So let's bring this in. It should just loop. Yeah. May have got, sounds like it's got side chaining on it. That's annoying. That's not going to be in time, so let's try a different one. Yeah, let's just try that. So vinyl's great for adding a little bit of, again, atmosphere, and a bit of a cliche, but it does work really nicely. Okay, so, where's it gone? Now it's got a bit of a low hum to it, which I don't really want, so but I like some elements of the hum, if that makes sense. I don't like the kind of, like the sub note that's there. Okay. Say hi to Masuru. I hope I got that pronunciation right. Who joined? I think the first time. Thanks for joining, mate. Okay, so we've got vinyl in there. We've got our extra kick. So maybe we should put these parts together so we can hear what we're adding and make sure that we're not making things worse, which does happen. So that's without these extra parts. A bit more atmosphere, I'd say. I'm kind of not 100% convinced on the loop. I don't know if it needs the. I feel like with the clap in there, it's kind of losing a bit of the rim shot vibe that I had before. So I've just got the kick now. Where is that rim? Is it here? I wonder if we don't need the bongo. Let's just try it. Chopping off one of them too much. I'm still kind of getting my head around this a little bit, but I do like it a lot. I find the I don't know if there's a way of boosting up the waveform display. So we can do things like this as well. So I could like turn down the. Oops. Uh-oh. So keep a bit more of that tail in there. Maybe not. Yeah, so maybe something like that. So without it was. I just wonder if it cleans things up a little bit. Okay, so let's get some stuff going on in this section. Let's go for a white noise riser. So I've converted one into Apple loops because I find it's just boring doing stuff like this. So it's kind of it just makes life easier when you can just drag it in and it's just there. But for some reason, I don't know if it drags in with the automation, which is a shame. So what is it, macro 1? So I may still have to. Now I think in read mode, if this is on, is that right? No, I thought this would automatically jump. Is it only in latch mode? Yeah, okay, so it jumps to the right parameter. I think that's a new... No, that's not new, is it? Oh, I don't know. I remember reading somewhere about there being a new feature to do with automation. If anyone knows the answer to that, please let me know. Okay, so let's try this. Almost feels like there's something missing that was playing before. I don't know if I've accidentally deleted something. Let's just copy this white noise across. Okay, so what I'm going to try doing as well is I've got some previous sounds that I've made. This is real percussion that I've recorded with a real person, and I'm going to try bringing some of these in and just try to make things a little bit more kind of organic sounding. So this is cool actually. So I bounce in 2 different woodblock parts from the same track, and I can actually now use them as track alternatives that are identical. Great demo. And one of them doesn't work, but I could potentially, if I mean, it might work with some of these other things. If I bounce in with the same name, it'll actually allow me to audition alternatives. I don't like the way that loops. I think it should just be that. Okay, so I've got 2 other things here that I've used, I have to say, on other tracks. But I love these drums that I recorded with a guy in Hackney in East London. Great drummer. Let's try it on the drop. Maybe a bit too busy. Okay, so let's try taking some stuff out to make some space for it. I want it to kind of be a bit more, like, come alive a little bit on the where's this extra hat? Well, that's quite busy, that hat. It's like a kind of like a 909-y style hat. Might be this. Yeah. It is in fact a 909 hat. Okay, this can go here. Okay, so the drum loop, I'm going to copy down onto a new track, and I'm going to try again using my cable guys, shape of box, to just chop this up a little bit. So I don't want all this stuff in between, I don't think. Oops. Okay, let's try the other one. Okay, I like the idea, but I don't like the sound, if that makes sense. So I've got another sound, another loop here that I made, again with a percussionist, recorded some live percussion. Let's try this one. Maybe it could come in the second half. Okay, so maybe this could go. Okay, so I think I like that. It's not perfect, but what is? So I'm going to add a new drummer track in. In fact, let's try this a different way. Delete the drummer track, and I'm going to go to Apple Loops, and there's a new, there's a new type of Apple Loop called drummer tracks. Okay, so if I go to Instrument and choose Percussion, I'm going to have a load of percussion loops that I can try out in the track, and they're going to make drummer tracks for me anyway, so that means I can kind of that's quite nice. Yeah, it's not sound too bad. I've got to try and keep the interest in there and the energy while things are still building up. So I don't actually normally make, as you know, if you follow the music I make, I don't normally make this kind of stuff really. So yeah, it's kind of fun to try something different out. But yeah, it's kind of we'll see what comes out. But I think the drop, it kind of feels like it pays off. I need to get this tension up on this section. So I don't like the fact that it stops there. It should be building up more. So I want to try something like this, maybe not that. So I don't mind. I mean, it sounds a bit hectic, but I kind of like the hecticness of it, because percussion can sound quite hectic, can't it? Is that going to work? So I'm obviously just like, that's not really right, is it? Maybe it works. Just try it, and I mean, maybe you don't notice it that much. Yeah, it kind of works. So I thought Isabella was going to open up a drummer track, but it hasn't. So let's add in a drummer track. So I quite like a kind of cacophony of percussion, but obviously you've got to be careful. But so if I go to my library here, I get to see the different choices. Isabella is my favourite one, and this is going to make what you can call a generative percussive part. So it's actually going to make percussion for me, and it's going to change, which is amazing, really, isn't it? And it's not all it is basically kind of what used to be in the XS24 and now a sampler patch playing back, samples. It's not anything with a front end to it, but still it's cool. That's not bad, is it? trying to work out if there's space for the percussion on the drop again. No, I don't think it needs it. It's better having it nice and clean on the drop. Okay, so I'm actually looking for. I found this kind of this riser. Oh, am I going to be able to find it now? This was like a what's this? Yeah, so this is just a splice riser sound, but it sounded pretty cool when I put it into a track. So I mean, it's a little bit it's not what I would normally use, but I'm not sure how this track is going to end up fitting with what I do, but let's see. So you've got to be careful with loops like this, because they're always kind of super loud, because they want it to be impressive when you audition it, so you often have to just turn it right down. For some reason I've lost my audio. It's gone all messed up, so let's open audio devices and just have to do duet, but it does get a bit weird sometimes. Yeah, I think that works. Now, there's some new logic. There's some new logic sounds. Where would they be? Where are they? I don't use this a huge amount, actually. Is it because I'm not on a software instrument track? But there's a load of what I think they're called arrangement effects or something. Maybe they're in here. I wonder, not going to be in horns. I wonder if I put in arrangement. Arrangement effects, no. Oh, this is annoying. Okay. So in synthesizer arrangement effects, does it audition them? No. So I thought it'd be cool just to try and I'm just trying to work as fast as possible, because there's tracks that, like when I work on big, vocal tracks and lots of live instruments, and they take ages, and I love spending my time on them, and just I love recording real instruments and working with other people and collaborating. It's great, but those tracks take a long time. So the other tracks, if I can be a bit more pragmatic and just use the tools I've got available to me, then I do try and do that. So I'm going to put one of those in. Now I've got some Apple loops that I've made ahead of time from other tracks. So we just put in GTK, and I need it to show me all loops. So I've got like little downlifters and a bit gnarly. Quite like that riser as well, so that maybe that could be added to the mix on the drop. Just live streaming. Yeah, I'm just doing video. So, yeah, cool. That's nice. So that definitely adds something. Okay, so just while I remember what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace the hat. Where's it gone? This one. So I'm going to replace this with an Apple loop I've made of like I'm going to try it anyway. Kind of a lo-fi hat. A lo-fi 909 hat, which I think I've got a software instrument loop of somewhere. I don't know what's coming in as audio. That's fine, doesn't matter. So we'll see what this sounds like. This has got kind of some more processing on it. Let's see, it might not work actually. Could interchange. Yeah, it's quite nice. Got a crash I can bring in from here. That's quite nice. That's some real percussion I recorded for Love Shine Down. Funny, listen to some of these sounds in the wrong key, but in different tracks. That's what they sound like. That's kind of nice. More percussion. just going to try this. No, but maybe it might work on the... I love chimes, and it's percussive, Latin-y kind of vibe, so it could work. What's that 909 doing? Where's it gone? Shouldn't be playing there. I wonder what it's like actually if I alternate between these two. Because you can see with this music, often just simple little changes make things sound really, because it's so repetitive, you get people used to a certain thing, and by changing it, and just like pitching something down, you suddenly get like tension and release that's generated in some ways. No more percussion, come on. It's getting silly now. Do I have a crash already? I can't remember. Yeah, I do. Okay, I'm just going to work out what the key of the track is. D minor, I think, is the key. So let's change that in here. I go custom, customize, and I do key signature. And let's change it from C major. Hopefully it won't mess up. I don't think it'll mess up the sounds that are already in there. Let's put in D minor. I want to look for a kind of a tense string kind of vibe. So let's go string maybe, suspended string drill. So maybe something like that. That's quite nice. I just want it to be one note though. Yeah, so these are new loops in 10.4 Logic that are using the studio strings. No, it's not quite. Doesn't sound like it's in the right key to me, but I struck tremolo wrong there. Okay, let's go back. Strings. Kind of just want a held note, really. Scripters, intense. There's not like a tension option. Okay, so let's try doing this instead. Okay, so let's change the articulation to be it's here, isn't it? I think yeah, it's a tremolo. I don't know if I like that or not, but I'm going to put it in. Probably didn't need to record that in because I've just drawn it in. Okay, so let's take this to the drop, which is where? Let's fade the volume of this up as well. I want to try and keep the energy, enough energy in there to not have the percussion coming straight in. I'm sure if I bring some of these other elements back in here, we can have enough going on still. I wonder what it's like if we lose the rim. I wonder what it's like if this vocal part carries on here. Just want to see if it works. No, I think not. Okay, so let's take the percussion, send it to a bus. Make a track for it. And let's put a filter on it to filter it out towards the drop. So that needs to come in earlier. That needs to be in when the when it drops down like that. Needs to kind of. I wonder what it's like if this guy fades down, then maybe comes back up again. I'm just trying to create kind of tension with this. Have I put this on the wrong track? What am I doing? Where am I? What's bus 6? I think that's causing it to be weird. Oh no, I don't have it actually bus at all. That's a problem. It's quite simple. Okay, so let's go back and put in some automation for this. So I just need to build up the tension so that drop is really kind of has a lot of release to it. So I just draw it in. This one I just did that. Never mind. Filter 1, frequency. And then let's bring this up. I don't want to do that. Maybe we can go up and back down again. Let's put a bit more of a gnarly setting on here. Tube, maybe a bit of resonance. I want a snare roll as well. I wonder if there's any Apple Loop snare rolls. Euro snare roll. Ouch. Might work, who knows. Don't want those claps in there. I wonder if on my hard drive, what I'd really like is a sample from Mars or Gold Baby sample snare roll would be cool. I don't know if they have any in their collection. Shush now, shush, 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 everyone shush. I can't believe there's not more 909 snare rolls going on. I could just program one, but yeah, I'll program one. Okay, ultra beats. Okay, I've got an idea. I want to try and make things fun, and I've got an idea of what I think will be fun. So first thing I'm going to do is find a really big fat snare, SP1200 Gold Baby Pack. This mic digs into my head. I'm sure it's not good for my brain. So it's a bit heavy on the oversampling. Okay, let's try that. So what I'm going to do, check this out. I'm going to use a scripter. No, I'm not. I'm not going to use a scripter. I'm going to use LFO tool in what am I going to use it in 16th snap, and I'm going to try creating a little volume groove. That sounds weird to me, that does. Okay, so let's go back to here. I'm sure I've got a 909 from Mars. Oh look. They do have Apple Loop fills. Okay, anyway. And they've got snare loops. But I don't want loops if I'm in normal bass. They are loops. 99 from Mars. Okay. Individual hits. Snare drum. It's kind of really lot of oversampling, sampling going on there. Okay, so we've got LFO tools doing like a it just sounds weird to me, I don't know why. It's like something weird with the envelope. Okay, let's try on the track. I think the track's finished. Okay, I'm going to try something else now, and I have to confess I don't know if this is going to be right. I'm going to try it. LFO. How much is she going to stand up from it? And if I put this into, let's try 32 bars, and then I can route this to, where do I do it though? To mod wheel, no, to learn plugin parameter, and hopefully it's learned. Look at that, yes. So now it's learned trigger single, I think I want. I don't want to go down again really. Steps per LFO cycle. I kind of want it to just go up. So let's see what happens if I loop it here. I'm just being lazy and trying to find ways of not having to draw anything in. Okay, so what was the original? So let's put it back to here. Ah, does it only do it? So it's just constantly doing it, but can't I re-trigger it? Re-trigger multi maybe? There's got to be a way around it. Constantly doing it. So that seems, I don't know. It's kind of doing what I wanted to do, but it's doing it a little bit too fast. It's kind of interesting. How far do it go back up again? What's this offset do, I wonder? I think offset might change where it starts from, maybe, or how far it goes down. I wonder if I put it to hertz. Let me just try doing this. This is quite interesting, actually. Because if I can get this to do what I want it to do, then it's going to kind of save me quite a lot of time, I think. Oscillator 1, pitch. So if I put this to C3, is it oscillator 1 pitch? Let's do this. Let's do latch, move the parameter. Whatever, doesn't matter. So if I wonder if I just put this on so it starts at C3, whether it will. That's weird. Why is it not going? No. The answer. So this is something I think I need to do a bit more research on the I wonder if output level would make it slower. I wouldn't go as high, probably. not doing what I want it to do. It's so close, but okay, let's just do, maybe because there's so much percussion, it just needs to fade up and be quite simple, maybe. I can't say I can really hear the filter cutoff working on the percussion, so let's just make sure that's working. And then I'm kind of getting towards the end of my concentration span. That's really annoying me, that reverse sound. I think it just doesn't go high enough. So it'd be cool maybe to have some delay on the percussion as well. I just want to, yeah, it's just trying to build that tension. Get it bigger, more epic sounding. Maybe I'll bring in the 999 drum roll, because it doesn't really need to play for that long, does it? And let's put in some of this Echo Boy stuff. I've probably got this looping, or did I turn it off? Okay, so let's try this. Can I do this? I'm really into using telephoto as much as possible at the moment, because I find it really quite inspiring, actually, the way it works. So let's say, is that as long as we can do 16 bars? We can kind of bring up the volume of this delay using telephoto. Okay. quite interesting because it goes back down again. Tiny starts to carry on there, I think, now. Not that. Maybe it needs like a, I mean, doesn't feel like it has that much space left for, no, I don't want to do that actually, for rides or anything like that. But let's try adding a ride in. There's no mixing on this at all yet. So, can't see rides anywhere. Not sure. I wonder if I kind of try and soften it slightly. Okay. Okay, so is there like a shaker or something that could carry on there? So this this patch here, I want to be more like that. I also don't want the filter modulation to come in until later. I want to keep it full range till then, really. I wonder what it's like also if we loop things a bit more. Okay, so I also don't want that delay carrying on to that point. So that's the last thing I'm going to do. Send absolute level off at that point. Okay, that's my live stream done today. That's what I've done. So I've added the live loops in, the drummer loops, some of my own percussion that I've recorded with the percussionist, and various other bits and bobs, just to push this track further towards being finished. So still quite a long way to go with it. I've sorted the kick drum out a little bit. I need to get D16 decimal working again. And then, yeah, so I'll carry on with this track in a couple of days. Let's give it a new name. New kick and perk. And then I'll be back streaming again tomorrow. I'll take my mic off so quickly. Yeah, so guys, I hope that was useful. Thanks to everyone who joined me today. I remember catch up on on my Facebook page. I've got all these videos uploaded, and now the audio's decent quality as well. So I'm just trying to share all my secrets and everything I learn. I put into these videos. So hopefully you find them useful. Thanks, guys.